Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Gig here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a 2v2 match. I'm playing the Zerg player. My friend is playing as Terran. We're currently platinum level, but we're middle of the pack platinum level players, and we're facing two Protoss players. Now, I want to do something a little different with my channel. What I want to do is focus on specific, interesting strategies that are very powerful and can be used to good effect. In this case, we're going to be taking a look at the Protoss Proxy base. Now, Protoss Proxy base basically means that you build most of your base outside of your main starting area, usually right outside of the enemy base. And if the enemy doesn't have good intel, this can work extremely well. And in this case, it did. These Protoss players sent their probes right outside of my base very early on in the match. And if you notice, they built it pretty far along the edge of the natural expansion, and they started their base there. And this was extremely problematic for me because I did not see this coming. I did not see the base at all, and neither me nor my ally were prepared for this kind of assault. So I'm here building my spawning pool, and he's starting to clog up the ramp as most Terran players do, because it is a very powerful way to prevent opponents from attacking your supply line. Zerg doesn't have that flexibility, but the two Protoss players are not concerned about their base at all. In fact, most of what they're doing is right here, right outside of my base, and as you can see, they're setting up the two gateways. They've already got their 3 pylons and the 2 probes, building everything they need. Now, they've started their gateway build very early. This is required if they're going to be doing this kind of rush. And my spawning pool just went up, and I'm thinking that I'm just going to take it a little easy, harden up my base defenses, and go with roaches, because roaches tend to be very powerful against early Protoss, especially against Zealots. But the roach does show weaknesses against units like the Stalker and the Immortal. My Terran player is continuing to build his base, and everything seems pretty peachy. But at this point, we're freaking out. My Overlord has just passed over my opponent's base, and I realize there's nothing here. So we're yelling over the voice chat and saying, "Oh my God, they're going proxy base!" And so he's sending his SCV all over the place, trying to find where the hell this proxy base is, and we failed to find it. We know it's coming. We don't know where it is, or we think our opponents suck, which we doubt, since we're on the platinum ladder, and it said these guys were favored, so that was not good for us. And as you can see, things are getting very, very dangerous. At this point, they've set up almost a full-fledged base right outside of mine, and they're going full tilt. Here comes the Zealots. So I still, at this point, have no idea that this proxy base exists right outside of my base. And I'm starting to get my roach warren up, and I started building spine crawlers so that I can delay any kind of early attack, especially since I know that they've got a proxy base, and I figure I'm going to build roaches and set up some defense. I did not realize how dangerous this was going to be. Here we see the first assault. We've got 5 Zealots coming in on my base, and things are about to get nasty real quick. The 2 spine crawlers are starting to attack. The roach warren just hatched, and I'm trying to get my queen into the action to start taking out these Zealots. Things are looking pretty desperate for me at this point. I'm asking my ally if he can help. He is going to be building some Reapers. Asking me at this point to try to hold out. They destroyed my Roach warren, which completely screwed me. Now I've got to combat these with Zerglings, which is not a terrible thing, but it does put me at a disadvantage. But the problem is the Zealots don't stop coming. They have the base right outside of my base. There's four gateways here, and they are all getting turbo chrono boosted, so these Zealots are coming out just non-stop, and I'm asking my friend for help, and what he's going to do is try to assault their base. Now, as you can see, things are absolutely in dire straits for me. This is absolutely abysmal. I lost my queen, I'm lost all of my base defenses, and he's gone after my... I'm trying to defend last-ditch effort against this, but I pretty much know it's over, and I'm just hoping at this point that my ally can, if I stall this guy long enough, that my ally will be able to do something. So here comes my ally with Reapers, and he's not coming to my base to help. Instead, he's going to see how much damage he can do to the opponent. No, I lied. In this case, he did come to join the fight and help. But as you can see, I'm just drowning in Zealots, and I pretty much have nothing left. I'm out of this game, but he is going to start harassing with Reapers. Now, the weakness of a proxy base is that it does leave your main base completely and utterly exposed and defenseless. The power of it is you take out one player and you've got two players against one. It's extremely, extremely difficult to beat that kind of power. And at this point, they've got so many Zealots, all they have to do is bring them over to him, and things will get really nasty really quickly for him as well. Since they invested so much time and energy into this, they're not teching at all. It's all about, look, they haven't even built gas. They're just, this guy's only now building a Vespian geyser. He is all about the Zealots, and that's exactly the core of this strategy. You need to be focused, you need to commit, and you need to go all out. So they've decided to attack his base in full, and my ally has instead said, okay, this is the last ditch effort. I've got to go take out their base with Reapers. But things are going to go south very quickly. They're starting to tear through the front lines. He's got Reapers in the back here who are pounding on the Zealots. Now, Reapers do bonus damage to light units, and Zealots are considered light units, so they do bonus damage, except for the fact that the Reapers are paper thin. So if you're going to go the Reaper route, you absolutely have to be very skilled with kiting and managing and micromanaging the base. Now, over here, what you can see is that he's having no problem obliterating this guy's supply line. This guy has nothing to defend his base. He's simultaneously wiping out all the drones and the main building, but there are just too many Zealots in his main base, and he's, as you can see, my allies, he lost his Reaper. He's trying desperately to hold it off so that he can wipe out the guy's base while this guy's attacking him, but sadly we had to take this loss. This was pretty painful. It was a very skilled stunt they pulled, and had I done some better scouting, perhaps sent a drone right outside of my base, maybe I would have noticed that there was this growing base right outside, ready to completely obliterate me. But I did not, and alas, the game is over. So that's it. That is the Protoss Proxy Rush, and it is a very, very powerful tactic and very difficult to defend against. The key to remember is, if you do face this, you have to have one player really try to hold off as long as possible, and have the other player go harass them. As long as you do damage to them, then you can bring the game back to even footing. But this we lost, and it was a very good match. It was a learning experience for the both of us, and hopefully in the future we won't fall prey to this kind of thing again. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was certainly a learning experience for us, but now you too can try out the Protoss, especially in a 2v2 situation, the double Protoss proxy base. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy.